Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you students? I heard you are fine today. So before we are starting to the materials, I want to do a little bit of the activities first. So without ado, let's start into it. Okay, let's see. The first one, Budi. Okay, Budi is there. Cahyo. Okay, Cahyo is there. Desi. Okay. Siska. Siska is there as well. And last but not least is Wahyu. Okay, so all of us are here. That is very good. So let's get into it. Okay. Okay. Probably some of you already know that in this semester we are going to learn about a few of tenses that we are going to discuss. Which is the first one is of course the simple present tense. I'm sure all of you maybe heard this before, even for now. Like there's a lot of tenses in here, like simple present, simple past, simple future. Does anybody already learn probably one thing or two in this kind of tenses? Budi, you already have. You already have, okay. Can you tell me what are those? Okay, simple present, simple past, future, past continuous, present continuous, future continuous. How much? Okay, only that. Okay, so there are actually 16 tenses that we have in English, but right now in this class, right now in this occasion, I will only tell you about one first. And the first one is, of course, we started with the most easiest one, which is the simple present tense. So we get into it, okay? Okay, the outline. The outline first, okay, I'm going to tell you about the outline first, is that the first one we are going to tell you, we are going to discuss about the definition of the simple present tense is, what is simple present tense exactly? And then we have the simple present tense pattern or the formula, because tenses is nowhere, it's always close with the formula or the pattern, so you guys need to pay, so you student need to pay attention with the, with the formula that we have right here. And then we have some examples as well that we need to see regarding about the tenses, and last but not least about, of course, the conclusion that we have right here. So let's get started into it. So basically, what is simple present tense? What is simple present tense? Okay, I'm not going to show you that first. So I'm going to give you a chance for somebody, for in this class, what is simple present tense? Anybody want to try, what is simple present tense? Have you got just your opinion regarding that? What is it? Okay, Chahir, how about you? Simple present tense is the tenses that tells the time right now. Okay, that can do, okay. Okay, so, and then, Siska, how about you? Simple present tense is, okay, that tells you, your habit, your kind of thing, like your habit, your hobby, and everyday activity. Okay, that's okay. Alright, so pretty much both of you, Siska and Chayo, are pretty much correct, okay, regarding about this statement. But I'll give you a little definition regarding about simple present tenses. So, right, sorry, a minute. Okay, so students, you have to see that simple present tenses is simple present tense is when you use a verb to tell about things that happen continually in the present, like every day, just like you said, Siska. In the present, just like you say, Chahyo. Like every day, every week, or every month. We use the simple present tense for anything that happened often or is factual. So basically, like the general truth, the factual kind of things, and what we do every day. I go to school every day. I eat a breakfast every day. That is also a simple present tense. So basically, simple present tense is used in the current situation that we have, right, in the present. Like for example, I'll give you an analogy for this. Okay, Okay, we don't have any. Okay. Okay, so basically, I'll give you an analogy here. So basically, this is simple present tense in the middle. Okay, simple present tense in the middle, and then we have future tense in this. Your left, my left, your right, and then we have past in my right or your left. So basically, present, future, and past. Both of those three times are going to be related in these tenses. And we are going to talk about is the simple present tense, which is what occurring right now, what is about the truth, the fact, and every kind of thing that we do every day, every month, or every week. So pretty much the analogy is that the present tense is located in the middle between future and past tense, the thing that we have right now. Okay? Is that clear enough? Is there any question regarding about the definition of simple present tense? Anyone? Okay, good student. Okay, so basically we have the pattern of the formula that we have right here regarding about how does simple present tense combine or take shape. So basically what we have right here is the positive or the affirmative, and then the negative formula for the simple present tense. What do we have to see right here is that the first one, the positive one, we are two, which is, well, regarding the subject as well. I think the subject that we have right in the first one is that the formula for the first one is that subject plus to be, which is an R and S, plus adjective or noun. So for example, is I am a teacher, you are a student, or you are a teacher. And the second one is the subject, verb one, minus S, minus ES, or IES, and just the subject. I teach English. You teach English. It's pretty much like that. Teach is the verb one. Taught is the verb two and the verb three. And then that's pretty much it. I eat a burger. That I eat burger. You are a student. You are a young child. I am a grown-up. That's pretty much like it. That is the positive or the positive form of the simple present tense. And then what we have right here is regarding about the negative simple present tense. The negative simple present tense have the pattern of subject to be, which is RMS of course, and plus not, and then plus adjective or noun. So the example is pretty much I am not a teacher. You are not a teacher. I am not a student, and you are not a student. So that is one example. That's a little bit of an example that we have right here. And then the other one is that subject, do or does, doesn't, does not, plus verb one plus the object. Like, I don't teach English. You don't teach English. That's pretty much simple, isn't it? And then an important note taking regarding about the negative simple present tense is that when you use don't, do not, for the subject, I, you, we, they. Okay? So when we come across the word don't or do not, usually that referring to the subject of I, you, we, and they. Okay? That's pretty much clear, right? Okay. And then the second one is that when we come across the word doesn't, we have to use doesn't for the subject he, she, it. Right? He, she, it doesn't, he doesn't, she doesn't. It's pretty much like that. Okay? So far so good, yes, student? Okay, we start into the interrogative section of the simple present tenses. Interrogative sentence regarding the direct structure of the formula of the simple present tense. So what we have right here is the interrogative one. To do, we start with to do. RMS, of course. Subject plus adjective and or noun. It's like, for example, if the first one is I am a teacher, I teach, and then I am not a teacher, I don't teach English, and then what? The interrogative form it is. So the interrogative form is pretty much like this. Am I a teacher? Are you a teacher? So it's pretty much like that. And then the second one, do or does. We started with do or does, and then we are going to continue with subject, and then the verb one, and then plus the object, plus the interrogative mark. Oh yeah, and don't forget, regarding about the interrogative, you have to put an interrogative or question mark in each word. Okay, so you must click as am I a teacher? Are you a teacher? Do I teach English and do you teach English? It's a little bit of an error that I made. I apologize for that. But that is the thing that you have to aware, you know. So the second one, the example. Do I teach English? Do you teach English? Right. So the example, to state fact, the general truth, the permanent situation. She's so beautiful. She doesn't like coffee. I live in Bali. He works at the policeman. That is to state for a general truth or permanent situation that we have right here regarding about simple present tense. And then the simple present tense can also be used to state habit as well, just like Siska said. Like, I play basketball. She drinks coffee every morning. They always go to work every day. She likes swimming in the evening. And then I like to play basketball. That is a habit, that is a hobby. She drinks coffee after morning. That is also a habit. So bear in mind, simple present tense can be used to state fact, general truth, and permanent situation, and of course habit. And also there is one which is to state fixed plan or timetable, like the meeting begins at 9 tomorrow. Our bus leaves at 3. The show starts at 5. Our exams start at 10 today. That is also a part of the simple present tense that we have right here. So, regarding about the conclusion that we have right here. The conclusion is that simple present tense is when you use a verb to tell you about things that happen continuously in the present, like in every day, every week, every month, or every year, or every month, and we use the simple present tense for anything that happens often, or it is as factual and general truth of it. So for the task, I want you to make me 3 each. The 3 for positive form of the simple present tense, 3 for the negative, and 3 for the interrogative. That is for the task that we have for the next week. So is there any questions? No? Okay, that's good. That's good. Thank you very much, student. If there are any questions, I'm glad you are all understand, and we'll see you next. I'll see you next week. Next week, yeah. Sorry. So I'm sorry if there are any mistakes. You can ask me regarding about the PowerPoint that I have right here later in the, today. So sorry if there are any mistake. Billahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.